How long would North Korea need to denuclearize? One senior American official believes it could be done in a year. However, with Washington's top diplomat set to head to North Korea, the U.S. State Department clarified there's currently no timeline set for the process. Lee Ji-won gets us up to speed with the developments.
The U.S. continues to say it'll not put a timeline on North Korea's denuclearization. Speaking at a press briefing on Tuesday, State Department Spokesperson Heather Nauert said she was aware of the timeline given by some individuals, but simply said the U.S. government will not be providing one. Those comments would appear to be in line with what Secretary Mike Pompeo told CNN last week, that there would be no timeline, but Washington would continue to monitor the North's progress. Those who have said there's a timeline include National Security Advisor John Bolton, who said in a TV interview last weekend that it would be possible for the U.S. to dismantle the North's weapons programs within a year. In terms of expectations for Pompeo's third visit to Pyongyang that's set to start later this week, Nauert said they will be continuing talks on following up on the joint statement signed at the June 12 summit between U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Singapore. She said former nuclear negotiator and the U.S. ambassador to the Philippines, Sung Kim, had a good series of meetings with his North Korean counterpart in planning Pompeo's visit. She added the U.S. has been very clear in terms of its expectations, which remain unchanged from the Singapore summit. And compared to just last year, Nauert said significant progress has been made.
We're in a good spot today. The Secretary is looking forward to having meetings with his North Korean counterparts. And we go into this eyes wide open, but nevertheless, we've made a lot of progress in the past year.
While the exact calculations have not yet been done, Nauert said the U.S. delegation will be spending a good bit of time in Pyongyang, with at least a day and a half of meetings planned. Progress with Pyongyang was also reaffirmed by President Trump. He tweeted on Tuesday that talks with North Korea were going well, adding that there have been no rocket launches or nuclear tests for 8 months. While slamming the Democrats and what he calls the fake news media for their complaints, Trump said that if it weren't for him, the U.S. would now be at war with the North. The tweet caused a stir at the White House on Tuesday, with Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders being quizzed on whether America's goal had changed from denuclearizing Pyongyang to avoiding war. Sanders insisted the goal remains the same as it has always been, denuclearization, adding the U.S. will continue pushing for that and working closely with North Korea. Lee Ji-won, Arirang News.